What's going on, guys? So in this part 2 video, a lot of you guys enjoyed, I can just tell by the views on the last, easiest scalping strategy for NQ. Thought I'd make a follow-up. So this is going to be part 2. So this is going to be an easy way that you can scalp the NQ using a 5-minute time frame and kind of expanding on what we covered in that first video. If you guys haven't seen that first video, I'm either going to tag it somewhere or you guys can just look up my most popular video. I think it's got like 12,000 views or something on it. But again, now what we're going to do is start to elaborate and we're going to expand on the strategy. Okay, so in the previous video we were covering using the 20 SMA on a 5-minute time frame. Now what I'm going to do is incorporate a couple of more supply and demand levels and tie everything together. That's what we really have to do as traders. It's not just about one indicator. It's not just about one particular strategy. What it's about is tying in all of these events that are going on in the market and then being able to dissect these events and kind of navigate through this price action live and in real time. So what we're going to look at here is the 20 SMA. That's the white line on our screen. What we're going to be adding is the 200. That's going to be the yellow line. And then you're also going to see this box down here. That's going to be a green demand zone. It's going to be a nice big block. I'm going to get to the reason why I put this on my screen in a minute. And then we can see a little bit of a supply zone here. Now, let's just kind of dive into why do I have this bottom demand zone. This bottom demand zone is Friday's lows, which we can see down here, 14,600, those Friday lows, and we can see multiple touch points, a lot of price action trading in here, no real follow through below 14,600. So what is going to happen here is I want to put this demand zone on my chart because it was here on Friday where buyers stepped in and they kind of ramped that price up. Currently, we're on day 2 in the NQ futures where we're having that second dead cat bounce. Now, as we started to approach and come out of this demand zone, one thing that I do want to point out to you guys, and I want you guys to start getting familiar with, is look at how when we broke out of the green box, put in a high, we then came back down into the green box here and we put a low. So this is what you would call a break and retest. And if you actually look at the hourly chart, which we're looking at, right, because I'm going to use the hourly chart to kind of mark out these bigger supply and demand zones. When you realistically look at this hourly chart, look at this 20 play that sets up here. Obviously this is in the overnight London session, but I'm just saying, look at what happens once we reclose back over the 20 and you get a candle to confirm over that. Now let's get into our 5-minute time frame because this is what we're going to be using to scalp the markets. Okay. So again, you can see our bottom demand zone here. You can see a little bit of our supply zone here. Let me quickly go back to the 1-hour time frame and show you guys why we have this box here. So if we kind of go back to last Thursday on the NQ, look at this drop followed by this back test. Okay, look at the highs that we put in here. Look at the original loss. So if you look at these two candlesticks, look at this candle, how it breaks down the lows, puts in a little bit of a bottom here, and then starts to bounce. When it starts to bounce, it hits its head right here at our breakdown spot. So I marked this out last week going into Friday. It's just going to remain on our chart. I also want you guys to notice the 200 SMA is kind of declining as well. I would imagine that within a few hours by the morning's open, going into the 22nd of August, that this 200 SMA is actually going to get down in here into this supply zone. So now what we've created here is a little bit of a double top. Look at the aggressive bounce that we had from the market open on Sunday, right? When futures reopened to today. Hell of a bounce, an amazing move that we've had, but we actually stopped in the same spot we were rejected before. So this is what you would call, quote unquote, a double bottom. Now, again, this does also have a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders. So I know you guys have heard some of these terms before. So as realistically, once we started to get over this 14,789 was a very, very good spot to kind of take the market long today, right? Again, hope you guys are picking up what I'm laying down. You can see how all of this stuff starts to tie together and it gives you these confluences, which are going to create confidences, because without confidence, we are no good as a trader. So again, if you guys are having trouble with confidence issues, you guys are having trouble finding and identifying these setups, and you guys want more help and you guys want to trade with me live, you're going to want to get access to the rest of the courses and the lessons, make sure to become an Evolution lifetime member at evolutiontraders.com. So now that we know why we have our bottom demand zone, where we're getting this supply zone from, we've got our original strategy here with the 20 SMA. Now we've got the 200 tied into it. This chart starts to really come alive and starts to really come together. And you guys are going to see what I'm talking about here once I get down into that 5-minute scalping time frame. So if I just bring up today's price action, okay, look at where we were at trading at the bell, right? So at 6:30 in the morning, what do we get, guys? We should already know this from the last training video. Look at the 6:30 a.m. candle. What does it do? This becomes our reason why candle, our reason why we're going to look to take the trade. Why is that? Because we got our close over the 20 SMA. We're also coming from that bottom demand zone. Again, if you're having trouble picking up what I'm laying down, we're coming off of this bottom demand zone. Okay, so if we look at the reason why candle that closes back over the 20, we're also trading over the 200. The 200 is essentially flat here, but it's giving us confidence and confluence to be taking the trade long. Okay, so look at the reason why candle. Here's our 1 bar stop. Here's our pivot. Here's our entry. What are we looking to do? Take profits 2, 3 pushes higher. So if we get 1 push, 2 push, 3 pushes higher, we want to be taking profits there, guys, and we want to be smiling. We want to be smiling. So now look at this is where the 200 starts to come into play, okay? Because now that we put in this breakout over the 20 period moving average here, we put in a breakout and we put in a new high. This is a break over the 200, or excuse me, 20 SMA. This is a break over the 20 SMA, excuse me, tongue tied. So as we break that 20 SMA, we put in that high. I want you guys to focus. If this is a breakout over the 20 SMA, we should have been taking a trade here, locking in profits there. Again, here, look at the pullback. This is a classic break and retest. But not only do we retest the 20 SMA, the 200 is very powerful because we backtest the 200 period moving average, which is just your simple 20 SMA or 200 SMA. Now look at the next setup that sets up, guys. So not only do we get a long setup here, we get a little bit of a short setup there into the 200. Remember, take profits into demand, take profits into supply. So if you were looking to scalp this to the short side, again, as long as we don't close above your 1 bar stop, you take profits into demand, which would have been here at the 200, okay? But look at this, guys. Look at this hammer candle off of the 200. So the yellow line being a 200. Okay. Here's our 1 bar stop. Here's our pivot. Here's our entry. Essentially, this trade went all day into the close and never gave you a reason to get out. The 20 SMA strategy works great on the 5-minute time frame. It also works great on the 2-minute time frame. Just understand you're going to have a little bit more fake outs and shake and bakes, you know, on the 2-minute because price action is going to go up and down a little bit more. However, look at what happens once you start to tie in the 200. Look at what happens once you start to tie in prior demand zones from bigger time frames, quote unquote, the hour time frame, right? I already gave you the reason as to why I have this red box up here acting as a level of supply. Let's go all the way back to last Thursday. So notice last Thursday how we got rejected here and then we put in a big decline. So if we look at just today's price action, this box is already here. Even if we're not already looking at this price action and we already had it from Friday or over the weekend when we were doing our homework, we understood that if we're going long, especially off this second play here, off the 200, which is a beautiful move, we are taking profits into supply. Now you can start to see how this all starts to tie together. Now you can see how you can come into the market and do this each and every single day. Now you can add another tool to your tool belt. What's the next tool? The 200. What's the tool after that? Take the hour time frames and start marking off some bigger previous day's lows or some bigger rejection spots or bigger support areas. And then you can kind of play in correlation with your 20 SMA and your 200. Start tying it all together to complete a full system. Guys, I'm giving you guys more information in both of these two videos than most people are giving in full on courses. This strategy will make you money until you can no longer click the buy and sell button. There's nothing ever going to go away about this price action. This is learning how to read price action. This is learning how to go with the flow of the market. This is learning how to use support and resistance. This is learning how to use indicators. This is learning how to use prior day lows and overnight session highs and all this other stuff. Guys, this is how you start tying your system together. Again, remember, if you're trading micros, especially starting off on the NQ, either start off paper trading or start off trading 1 or 2 micros until you get your feet wet. I recommend taking a series of 20 trades. Why do I say 20 trades? Because we need a body of work. We need to see what mistakes we make. We need to see what the market probabilities give us. And then from there, we need to dial in and fix those mistakes and see where the probabilities place us. If you guys enjoy this video, please do me a huge favor. Like, comment, subscribe, share it, do whatever you guys got to do. Also, if you want to trade with me, you want to get the live web stream, live streams in the morning where I'm going over the charts in real time, definitely become a member to Evolution Traders. Also, if you want the rest of my strategy where I kind of tie in the big boy chart, and again, this is going to really blow your guys' minds the way technical analysis really works. And you want to join the community and you want to get access to all of my future updates, evolutiontraders.com, become a lifetime member. Again, I don't take that many people each and every single month, but I take a few just so I have enough time to kind of work with, because when I'm doing technical analysis like this for the people on my team, I will take time out of my day to make you a personalized video or jump on a phone call with you and go over this stuff in real time. So sometimes it takes 20 minutes for a call, 30 minutes or 45 minutes for a call, an hour for a call, so I can't have hundreds and hundreds of people all trying to book calls or get recap videos on a daily basis and me go over, training metrics on a daily basis. So I have to limit it until I get enough traders far along in the process, so now that they become seasoned veteran traders. But again, if you guys are looking to take me up on an offer, evolutiontraders.com, become a lifetime member, and I'll see all of you guys on the inside. And again, like this video, give me a thumbs up. This is part 2 to my most popular video on YouTube, and I'll see you guys all later.